come on in. How are you? Close the door for me. Have a seat. Welcome to my home. I'm Shelton, for those of you who don't know me. Welcome to A Degree of Dopeness. I have been waiting for you guys to see this show forever. Basically, what I'm about to give you is a real-world, applicable classroom experience, right? I'm going to take my classroom lectures and I'm going to mold them around real world, my world, I can't even say it, and then I'm going to teach you what a lot of these students really need to know. So, would you like a drink? Because I'm about to make a drink. I need a drink. I'm making a grapefruit margarita for Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo! Oh my goodness. I love this holiday. That's why I asked you guys to tune in today, because this holiday is, I'm not Mexican, no, I wish sometimes, but this holiday really is about independence. And for me, this is my independence against my four walls, is what I call it. And four walls, you educators, you know what I'm talking about. Four walls are these classroom walls that we get, and we have to kind of stay within those realms, and we want to bring in all this real world application and knowledge, but sometimes we can't. And that's understandable because, you know, that's not our place. However, this is my place. This is my house. So I get to teach it my way, my style. And I'm a little country, but I'm very smart, or as my sister says, I'm very sharp. You'll meet her later. She is the one we call the banker, because she's worked at the bank. She's gonna give you all this real world application about how to, you know, really be successful out here right now financially. She helps us with what's happening in the mortgage industry. She's gonna talk to you guys later about confidence. It's great, it's great. But I say all that to say this, that now I get to introduce you to my family. I get to introduce you to my friends. I even get to invite you to my birthday party. I know, right? If my students are watching, you already know. I absolutely love my birthday. So, basically, and I'm just taking a gallon of fresh water right here because I don't use sink water. That's just my preference. But just pouring it in the jug. And it is warm, by the way. I'm making it warm because when I put the sugar in it, I need the sugar to dissolve. People stop putting cold water in your drinks and then thinking it's going to dissolve. But anyways, so this classroom experience that I'm giving you is like really, really, really smart, really sharp, really new. It's like a different world meets Mrs. Rogers, but my name is not Mrs. Rogers. My name is Professor Shelton. I have been in higher ed for almost 18 years, I think. And I am now a faculty manager, faculty specialist. Ooh, I almost gave y'all the house party Kool-Aid. Jesus, Father. Forgive me. Grape or red. But yes, so what I'm saying is this new style of teaching is like, you get to see me, and what you get to see is just a bunch of people caring enough to give you, hold on, let me stir that first. Make sure it's all dissolved. And then we're gonna leave that right there to just let it dissolve, and I'll come back in just a second. And for all of you that are concerned about the germs, let me put that back on, and I'll sit this on my cutting board right here. Hopefully that's good, yeah. So anyways, so now you get to be welcomed into my world, my way, my style. So a couple things you should know about me. One, again, I am educated. I do teach right now. I'm currently teaching. I am a professor. So if you were in my real class, you'd be getting credit for this course. However, you're not, because it's filmed out of my home. But every day, come this way, I start my day in this little room. At first, it seemed like a very normal room, like everybody had this kind of room, until I realized that not everybody had this kind of room. And I would explain to my students that in order to take on the day, I had to feel like I was ready to perform. And so this performance that I put on every day is for them. For instance, I'm going to show you how I transformed this room into even the intro video for this show. Take a look. Welcome to A Degree of Dopeness. This is a brand new television program that we have created through this channel for you all to enjoy. This is an exciting journey into a classroom like you've never been before. I am a professor. I have been teaching in higher ed for a very long time, and this is my opportunity and my chance to teach you how I would love to teach all of my students every day. I teach in a very real world applicable way. I teach in a way that people can apply all of the information from my class into their life. So what better way to do that than to take them into my life and just give them the conversations that we have, the dialogues that we discuss, the energies in my relationships. I network all the time with my sisters, my neighborhood friends, a couple kids that I mentor every now and again, and all of it has worked out to be this great and wonderful life that I would love to share with you through experiences and through stories. And what we're going to share with you are real world, useful information and resources that you will take out into the world and create a different level of dopeness that you can take to the bank, that you will have a scripture to help support, you will have an energy and a light and a shine that we hope to pull out of you throughout this episode and throughout this show. We are here to make sure that you guys get what you need to remain dope even after you get your degrees. So this is a continuous educational process. This is you welcoming yourselves and allowing you to be into our worlds. And this is your chance of having a free college course from one of the dopest professors in the game, if I must say. And you don't have to pay for it. All you got to do is just watch. And I think you're going to really enjoy what you see. And if not, I'm sure you'll let me know. And I'm looking forward to the feedback. Thank you and God bless. All right, so let me show you to my little confidence corner over here. Actually, I call this my zhuzh corner, right? I get that from Tamar Braxton. This is where I come to kind of get all of my women empowerment from. I channeled like really nice perfumes. I was in a play once, Chaos in the House, shout out to James Pearson Productions. That was so much fun. I was able to like just get glam every day. Just my grandmother, how beautiful she is. And, you know, she loves to switch it up. This is kind of a reminder of her and her Miss Lady Management, responsibilities. So that's her. Virginia Tall, I love you, miss you. So this is my jewelry area, but for the most part, I'm going to come back to this tree. I know you're like, what is this tree? What is happening right now? But right here is where I just come and add a little flair, right? I'll pick my 32 pieces and I go about my business. But for the most part, this area here is like, this is where I get my confidence from. Like if I'm getting ready to go out, which I do, I'll be honest, I will sit here for a couple minutes when I'm dressed and just kind of take in good energy, positive energy. So I sit here and I channel, what would Beyonce do? You know, I channel Diddy. And then I know people are like, what is this tree? She's an ultimate stalker. It's really not that. It's actually part of a present that I received one year. So I'll tell you a little bit about that more. Let's go finish up this cocktail. And wait, before we start, this wall. My ladies, I have to shout them out. My favorite show of all time. Living Single ladies. Khadijah, Regine, Sinclair, Maxine Shaw. That's right. This way. So then we kind of just finish this drink up. That's what I almost lost my train of thought. I teach like that too, by the way. Back to my teaching. Why are you watching this show, right? You're watching the show because there's this lady that said, you know what? My students need more, period, right? As a faculty manager, I saw a lot of ghosts. And when I say ghost, you students know what I mean, even if you educators don't know what I mean, or if you're guilty of being a ghost. That means you ghosted these students. But anyways, so what we're gonna do is just kind of sit this up here, and then we're gonna take this outside and have our beverages later, but I wanna talk to you for a second about something serious, which is why I need you to come into my office. I really felt like we owed our students more. So I didn't know how else to give them more as they looked at me in these Zoom lenses, and some looked scared, some were in tears. And afterwards, I got a lot of beautiful messages. Some of them I couldn't even read because they were pulling me to tears. So that's when I said, God, if this is my calling, what am I supposed to do? And he basically said, get up and take everything I've ever taught you and put it into this show. And what he made was this woman that's professional. She's fierce, she's strong, she's scared, she's me, and all I can do is be me. And for the most part, I think my students really like the fact that I'm me. So teachers, if you're out there and you're being you, continue to be you, because that's what they're looking for. They cannot make another you. And I always say that. So why are we continuing to try to be someone else? But with that being said, the show is about me and my life and the things that I do, and it's stemmed around my family and my friends. And we share on the sofa, and we invite you in just like I am right now, and you sit down and you share a cocktail with us. You share a story, a tale, any experience that you've ever had, something that people can gather information from, because we got a lot of information, but we're not sharing it. And I know sometimes we're not allowed to share, and sometimes we're scared to share, and sometimes we just don't want to share. And that's okay too. You know, keep it to yourself. We don't want it if you don't want to share it. We only want healthy, hearty information, useful information. And that is what this show is, I hope. We cover really good topics, from confidence to Black History 365, because I do have to remind you sometimes that I'm a Black woman out here. So we have that energy, and we have one about credit, so build and repair. There's so many things that we cover on the show that you guys do not want to miss. And students, my students who are specifically asking me what's next, what's to come, well, it's here. And I'm going to keep giving you a degree of dopeness, because I can't really give you a real degree from this couch, but again, I'm going to do my best, and it's my way, and hopefully you enjoy it, because that's what you keep asking me for, you know? Educators, it's hard, and I know we have restrictions, and I know we have limits, and I know we have requirements, but at the end of the day, we also have an obligation to these students. We have a responsibility to their growth and to their learning, and that this is our time to give it to them the way that we've always wanted to deliver education, but maybe we couldn't, or maybe we just didn't know how. And hopefully, if you need help, you know, reach out. I'm still educating educators. That's what I do for a living. So I just want you to know that we're here. So what I want to do is now take you outside, have a cocktail, and really enjoy this beautiful day. Let's go. So we're outside in one of my favorite spaces of my home, my backyard. I come out here, I relax, I meditate, I pray. You've probably even seen a clip of one of my videos I shout out here. Oh my God. I don't even know where that emotion came from, but it came from somewhere deep, somewhere where I just snapped and I had enough and I just wanted to do something more. So again, this show, we're going to talk about choices. We're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about estranged families. Like, there's so many topics that we cover. I've got my neighborhood kids that come over, that's what I call them, Candace and Otis, you'll meet them. I have a former student that I used to mentor, and he's on the show. My sister, Keisha Johnson and Danica Shelton, they're on the show. So you get to see like this real world exchange between very smart and, you know, sharp women that just want to give you an exchange of information. We've got even a music segment with DJ Chubster. You're going to love that. Shout out, Belize. There's all kinds of stuff, so much fun on the show. I know that we're going to show you a wheel of it. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm so excited, but at the end of the day, it's for you. The show is for you, so please feel free to tell me what you like, don't like. Please subscribe. Tell me what topics you want to hear more of. This is my version of virtual mentoring for you. So I want to just help as much as I can, and this is the only way I could see fit. And trust me when I tell you, this is nothing. We've changed glam, and we did it all COVID friendly. We call it the vid now. We don't want to give it a name. We've shortened it because it's not existent. We've prayed over this thing, over this project. So the vid, we did it vid friendly. We did it with a cast of under 10. We did it with an amazing camera crew. Must Be Productions, great talent there. So I just want you guys to kind of watch and see and enjoy yourself. It is so much fun, and let me know what you think. Welcome to a degree of dopeness. Happy Cinco de Mayo.